On Monday, British Prime Minister Keir Starmer took a firm stand against what he termed lies and misinformation that threatened to undermine the democratic fabric of the United Kingdom. This statement came as a direct response to a series of provocative remarks made by billionaire entrepreneur Elon Musk, who has recently taken a keen interest in British political affairs. Since the Labour Party's election victory in July, Musk's engagement has morphed into an erratic stream of social media commentary that has raised eyebrows among political commentators and citizens alike. Musk, known for his role as the CEO of Tesla and SpaceX, has leveraged his platform on X, formerly Twitter, to voice calls for a new election in the UK, and even went so far as to suggest that Starmer should face imprisonment. His rhetoric peaked on Monday when he conducted an online poll for his 210 million followers, proposing that America should liberate the people of Britain from their tyrannical government. This bold statement underscores Musk's growing influence and the potential ramifications of celebrity involvement in political discourse. During a recent question-and-answer session at a hospital near London, Starmer addressed Musk's incendiary comments head-on. He condemned the spread of misinformation and called out both Musk and the opposition conservative politicians who have echoed his claims. Starmer emphasized the importance of truth in political dialogue, stating, "Those that are spreading lies and misinformation as far and as wide as possible are doing a disservice not just to the government, but to the very essence of our democracy." Starmer's remarks highlight a significant challenge faced by contemporary democracies: the rising tide of misinformation and its potential to distort public perception and undermine trust in democratic institutions. The Prime Minister's call for accountability resonates with a growing concern among citizens and political leaders about the impact of unchecked information, especially in the age of social media where facts can be easily manipulated and propagated. Musk's relationship with UK politics has not been without controversy. His frequent posts on X often target Starmer directly, retweeting criticisms and promoting hashtags like #2tier Keir. This particular hashtag refers to unsubstantiated claims that policing in Britain operates on a two-tier system, where far-right protesters are treated more severely than demonstrators for movements such as Black Lives Matter or pro-Palestinian protests. Such rhetoric can amplify divisions within society, creating an environment where misinformation thrives. The billionaire's comments gained further traction during a summer marked by rising anti-immigrant violence across the country, a period during which Musk tweeted that civil war is inevitable. This statement, laden with hyperbole, reflects a growing trend of alarmism in political dialogue, where extreme scenarios are proposed without substantive evidence. Such language can escalate tensions and provoke fear, potentially leading to real-world consequences. Musk's recent focus on child sexual abuse cases in Northern England has added another layer of complexity to his commentary on British politics. A series of high-profile cases involving groups of men, predominantly from Pakistani backgrounds, have been scrutinized heavily in the media. These cases have been exploited by far-right activists to draw connections between immigration and child abuse, accusing politicians of concealing the so-called grooming gang for fear of appearing racist. This narrative serves to deepen societal divisions, framing immigration as a threat to public safety and morality. The exploitation of such sensitive issues by public figures like Musk can lead to a climate of fear and distrust, further complicating the discourse around immigration and community safety. Musk's engagement with British politics exemplifies the broader phenomenon of celebrity influence in the digital age. Social media platforms have democratized political speech, allowing individuals with large followings to shape public opinion and discourse. However, this also raises critical questions about accountability and the responsibility of public figures to provide accurate information. As misinformation proliferates online, the challenge for democratic societies is to cultivate a well-informed electorate that can discern fact from fiction. Starmer's denunciation of these tactics reflects a broader concern among political leaders about the vulnerability of democratic institutions to external influences, particularly from powerful individuals who may not be rooted in the local political landscape. Starmer's condemnation of misinformation is not merely a defense of his government. It is a call to protect the integrity of the democratic process itself. The ramifications of unchecked misinformation can be severe, leading to polarization, distrust among citizens, and a breakdown in civil discourse. As public figures like Musk continue to engage in political commentary, it becomes increasingly vital for leaders to advocate for transparency and accountability in the information shared with the public. The current political climate in the UK reflects a broader global trend where misinformation is weaponized for political gain. In such an environment, it is essential for leaders to foster a culture of critical thinking and media literacy, empowering citizens to engage with information more discerningly. In recent years, the rise of social media has dramatically transformed political discourse. Platforms like X, formerly known as Twitter, have become battlegrounds for ideas, opinions, and, unfortunately, misinformation. British Prime Minister Keir Starmer's recent condemnation of lies and misinformation underscores a growing concern among political leaders regarding the impact of unchecked narratives on democracy. Elon Musk, the billionaire CEO of Tesla and SpaceX, has become a prominent figure in this digital landscape, utilizing his vast platform to voice opinions that often provoke controversy. His comments about the UK government and calls for drastic measures, such as a new election or even imprisonment for Starmer, have raised alarms about the role influential figures play in shaping public perceptions and political realities. Starmer's response to Musk's provocations was both firm and indicative of a broader frustration with the erosion of rational political discourse. Speaking at a hospital near London, he highlighted the dangers posed by those who spread misinformation, particularly pointing fingers at opposition conservative politicians who have echoed Musk's claims. This reflects a crucial aspect of modern politics: the interplay between influential figures and traditional political structures. By addressing Musk's comments, Starmer acknowledges the potential harm caused by misinformation, especially when it resonates with certain segments of the public. His call to action serves as a reminder that misinformation can undermine democratic institutions and processes. Musk's engagement with British politics exemplifies the power of social media in shaping public discourse. His online polls and provocative statements can quickly gain traction, influencing opinions and potentially swaying political narratives. The hashtag #2TierKeir, which Musk promoted, encapsulates a broader narrative suggesting a biased policing system in the UK, with implications for civil rights and public trust in law enforcement. Such allegations, while often lacking substantive evidence, can create deep divides within society. They play into existing social tensions and can fuel polarization, leading to an environment where rational debate is overshadowed by sensationalism. Musk's recent focus on issues such as child sexual abuse has drawn attention to sensitive topics that are frequently exploited by far-right activists. The cases in northern England, where men of Pakistani backgrounds were convicted of grooming and abusing young girls, serve as a tragic example of how complex social issues can be manipulated to further political agendas. Far-right activists have used these cases to propagate a narrative linking immigration to crime, suggesting that politicians, including Starmer, are complicit in a cover-up out of fear of appearing racist. This narrative not only distorts the reality of the situation, but also exacerbates social tensions, potentially inciting violence and discrimination against minority communities. Starmer's condemnation of misinformation is a critical reminder of the broader implications of unchecked narratives in a democratic society. Misinformation can erode public trust in institutions, breed division, and ultimately undermine the democratic process. When influential figures like Musk leverage their platforms to spread falsehoods or incendiary ideas, it poses a significant challenge to political leaders who are striving to maintain a coherent and rational public discourse. The situation in the UK serves as a microcosm of a global issue: the struggle against misinformation and its effects on democracy. As political landscapes become increasingly polarized, the responsibility falls on both political leaders and the public to critically assess information and strive for a more informed citizenry. In conclusion, the exchange between Keir Starmer and Elon Musk highlights the complex dynamics of modern political discourse, particularly the role of influential figures in shaping narratives. Starmer's firm stance against misinformation reflects a growing recognition of its dangers, not just for political stability, but for the very fabric of democracy itself. As society grapples with these challenges, it becomes imperative to foster an environment where informed discussions can thrive, allowing democratic institutions to function effectively and equitably. This ongoing struggle against misinformation will require concerted efforts from political leaders, the media, and the public to ensure that democracy remains resilient in the face of challenges posed by social media and influential personalities.